Alrighty, so we all do things at the very last minute. We've all experienced sprinting for the bus, picking up the phone at the very last ring, or hurling ourselves down the stairs to add milk to the cup of tea which we forgot about so it's still warm and just about drinkable. Well, what if I told you in 2014 and 15 Formula 1 had its very own last minute man called Will Stevens. He stepped up at the 11th hour not once but twice, and his career in Formula 1 only lasted 18 races. But he was a hero in his own right, driving the two worst cars in the turbo-hybrid era of Formula 1. So, I wanted to find out if there was a talent that went missing under that helmet, and if Will Stevens deserved better from Formula 1. So, Will Stevens, the man who performed Formula 1's most thankless task. We'll start at the very beginning as we do in this series, and Will Stevens was born on the 28th of June 1991, starting his racing career aged 12 in 2003 in go-karts. After 5 successful years in karts not only in the UK but also around Europe, he made his debut in actual cars in the Formula Renault 2.0 UK Winter Series in 2008, driving for Fortec Motorsport with a best place finish of 5th in 4 races. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt because it was his first time in a car and not in a kid's wagon. A few weeks later, in the Formula Renault Junior Series with a similar field to that of the Winter UK Series, he picked up a podium for Fortec and a fastest lap as well. Over the winter of 2008 to 2009, he competed in the Toyota Racing Series, finishing 9th in the standings, with 5 podiums from the 9 races. However, when researching this, the only name from the series which I recognised was that of Mitch Evans, so the field probably wasn't the strongest. Anyway, for 2009 he was in the Formula Renault UK Series for all 20 rounds, but picked up only 1 podium finish, ending up 7th in the standings in a pretty competitive field. He also made a guest appearance in the Euro Cup, but his results were pretty poor, only having a best place finish of 15th. Now these race results don't really show a driver who'd set Formula 1 alight, so we'll just move on. 2010 spelt another year in the Formula Renault UK Series again, this time with Manor, and Will took his first ever win in an actual car at Thruxton, and another at Brands Hatch, ending up 4th in the standings. Much better from our lad Will. A podium in the Euro Cup was good, again he was a guest competitor, and then another good performance in the North European Formula Renault Cup showed his true pace. Maybe he just needed a few seasons to settle into cars? 2011 meant a move to the Formula Renault Euro Cup full-time, and he picked up a win, 3 pole positions and 4 podiums to end up 4th in the standings. The field was very talented, and he was only beaten by Carlos Sainz, Daniel Kvyat and the championship winner Robin Frins. He also had a brief stint in the Formula Renault UK Series with just a pole position and 2 podiums for his efforts, competing in just 4 rounds. Will Stevens seems to have spent more time bouncing around different Formula Renault series than I have spent socialising since I started this YouTube channel. And for 2012, he'd be in another Formula Renault series. This time he'd be in the 3.5 category, which is a rival for GP2 at the time. The field was extremely competitive, featuring the likes of Kevin Magnussen, Jules Bianchi, Sam Bird and Alexander Rossi. Will did okay for his first time in the series, with a sole podium at the Hungaroring being the highlight. He ended up 11th in the standings, which was pretty okay. For 2013, he was still in the 3.5 series and moved from Carlin to the P1 Motorsport team. He did far better this season, with some highly consistent finishes in the high points places, along with 3 podiums to end up 4th in the championship. He was only beaten by Kevin Magnussen, Stoffel van Dorn and Antonio Felix da Costa. In 2013, he was signed up for Caterham Formula 1 team as a test driver, and this would be Will's first involvement in Formula 1. Little did he know 2014 would be a huge year for him. 2014 started pretty quietly for Will, back in the Formula Renault 3.5 for another season, this time with Straka Racing. His season started really well, with a win in the opening round at Monza giving him a promising start. He amassed a couple of other podiums before a win in the final round at Jerez ended his season in style. He finished 6th in the championship behind some future stars like Pierre Gasly, Carlos Sainz and the people's hero Sergei Sorokin. Now he was Caterham's test driver, but when Marcus Ericsson, the full-time driver for 2014, terminated his contract with the Green Bulldozer team, and the team just about got enough money to race in Abu Dhabi, our man Will stepped up for his big chance in Formula 1. Just before we get to Formula 1, if you are enjoying this video, please make sure to give it a like and consider subscribing if you are new to this channel and you're just discovering about my videos, as I would love to do this full time, so any support from you guys would be massively appreciated. He qualified half a second off teammate Kamui Kobayashi, but that would be expected driving the green toy car without much experience. His race was a pretty quiet one, except for an exchange with Fernando Alonso. When fighting the Ferrari for the mighty 16th place, Will defended. Fernando didn't like how Will defended and didn't just let him waltz past.
Who is this father? He's the new boy. A lot to learn for him.
They were actually fighting for position, and I can't stress this enough. Other than that, he came home in a respectable 17th place, last of the finishers. But the Caterham was the Caterham. I took the mick out of it a lot in my Marcus Ericsson video, so it was actually quite a good performance. 2015 meant a move to Manor Grand Prix, but this was at the very, very last minute. Anna didn't even make it to Australia the season opener, but that could be a whole new video entirely. And then when his car didn't even start in Malaysia, the season would be a big uphill struggle. He consistently outqualified his teammate Roberto Merri by well over half a second, edging towards a full second in some instances. But just to show just how terrible the Manor car was, we'll have a look at some stats. At the Grand Prix in Spain, Stevens qualified with a 1:31.2, 8 tenths ahead of Merri with a 1:32 flat. The slowest time in the GP2 qualifying, which supported the F1 that weekend, was a 1:31.7. Yeah, I think that says all you need to know about the Manor car. I know the GP2 cars at that time were very different and actually extremely fast, but still. Will's most notable action for his 2015 season was a crash with Romain Grosjean that was actually totally not Will's fault, and even though Romain, of course, blamed Will at the time before realising his mistake. Even to this day, I love Will's radio message after that accident too.
It's so stupid, he comes across in front of me, and where did you want me to go off the track?
Will's highest place finish was a 13th place at Silverstone in his home event, but other than that, there were no other opportunities for him to score. Manor Marussia became effectively a Mercedes junior team for 2016, and so Will was not retained, and this was a shame because he was a talented racer. He finished second in his debut at the prestigious Le Mans 24-hour race and has had successful sports cars careers since Formula 1 too. He signed for McLaren as a development driver in 2018 and has remained there ever since, so this is maybe a potential route back to Formula 1, but sadly I think this would be extremely unlikely. However, was Will Stevens extremely unlucky? Yes, had he been given decent machinery, he would have done quite well in F1 as his junior results show. Was he an excellent last-minute man and someone you could rely on? Also yes, and this is all to his credit. Could he have won an F1 championship? Probably not, but he was consistent and had raw pace, so we'll never know. Might he get another shot in Formula 1? I hope so. He had a great personality and was a lot of fun, but with so much talent in Formula 1 right now, and Nikita Mazepin, it's hard to see where that opportunity would come from. But still, I liked Will Stevens and his cheeky personality, and his story is a great one to tell. And if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a like. Subscribe if you are new around here and you want to see Formula 1 content every 3 days, and I will catch you in the next video in this series. Later, guys.